Hello and welcome to another video with Cloud Solutions Tech. In today's video, I'll walk you through a complete guide to set up a secure web hosting server on an Ubuntu Amazon EC2 instance. So I'll cover everything from installing and configuring Apache Web Server, setting up firewall rules for enhanced security, and to create an automated backup and restore solution with cron jobs, all using a bash script for seamless automation. So whether you are new to Linux administration or looking to sharpen your DevOps skills, this tutorial is perfect for you. Make sure you watch until the end and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more DevOps and cloud computing tutorials. So for this video, we will not only just configure the Apache Web Server, but also automate backup and restore processes to ensure your data is always safe. So this entire setup will be done through bash script, so making the process efficient and repeatable. So let's get after it. So the first part of this video is to set up an EC2 instance. As you can see on my screen, I've already set up my EC2 instance. So for this project, I am using Ubuntu 24.04 EC2 instance with my key pairs I've already configured, VPC security group, and SSH is enabled for secure access. And I've also opened port 80 and 443 to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. So you need to set up your environment first to be able to follow this video. So now that the environment is ready, I'm going to move to the next step, which is installing and configuring Apache, securing the server with firewall, and then automating the backups and restore as well. All these will be done through bash script. So once I finish writing the bash script, we'll go through the bash script one after the other, step by step, to break down the bash script. So let's go to the terminal. So we're going to create a file that is going to hold our script. So let's call the file web_hosting.sh. All right. So the first part of the script, we need to set our variables that we're going to use. All right, so we are done with setting up the variables. So we want to make sure we are securing our web server. We want to only allow traffic from a specific IP. So in this case, whichever IP that you want to use, so in our own case now, we are going to use the public IP of this machine that we are logging to, this EC2 instance. So let's go and get the public IP, which is this one right here. We get the public IP of this EC2 instance and go back and add that here. Paste. All right. So let's also add a step in this script to also update and upgrade the system package. So the next step is to add the step for installing and then configure Apache. So the step to install and configure Apache is done. So the next step, let's set up firewall for Apache. Alright, so the next step now is to create the necessary directories that we are going to need for this project. Alright, so that will create all our directories. So the next step now, we need to create a placeholder file in the source directory. So let's do that. Alright, so that is the placeholder file. So the next thing now, we need to create the backup script. So we want to also make our script executable as well. So we need to add that part to the script to make the script executable. Also, so this is the last part. We'll now add our cron job. So for the purpose of this video, we want the cron job to run every minute, but I'll give you another example. Maybe probably you want it to run, let's say for example, at every 2 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning. I'll also give you an example of that. But for the purpose of this video, it's going to be just every 2 minutes so we can see it working. So here's an example. If you want it to run, let's say maybe probably at a specific time. For example, let's say 2 a.m. So that's an option to run at 2 a.m. daily, but I already found it. So we're not using that. So we're going with the first cron, which is going to run every 2 minutes. Okay, so now that our script is complete, so let's break it down from the beginning so we have an understanding. So the first part of the script right here, I'm declaring the variables that are used in this script. So setting up the variable. So the first part right here, which is the backup, so that is the directory where the backups will be stored. And then the following one, which is right here, which is the source. So that is the directory to back up, for example, maybe Apache's web root. So we have HTML there. So the backup script is the path to where the backup script is. That is where our backup will be going into. And then right here, we have the timestamp. So for the timestamp, this command right here that I've added, it generates the correct date in the format of the year, month, and day. So which is used to create a unique backup file name. So we'll be able to see that. And then the next portion right here, the IP. So here you ensure that the IP is correct for your setup. So if you have many IP addresses that you want to use, you can list them here. So in this portion right here of the script, update and upgrade system package management. So this one right here, the command export Debian frontend non-interactive is used in Debian based Linux systems such as Ubuntu. to set the Debian front-end environment variable to non-interactive. So the variable controls how package management tools like apt or dpkg interact with users during installation, upgrades, and other operations. So that is what that is doing right here. And then this other part right here, we have these two portions right here. So this first part right here fetches the list of available updates, and then the second part right here installs the available updates for the installed packages. So that is what that is doing. And then coming to this part of the script, so this is where the installation of Apache is going on. So the first one right there is installing Apache. This other one right there, systemctl start. So systemctl start initiates the Apache service, making it active immediately. And then the second part to enable, so the enable part configures Apache to start automatically at boot time, right? So ensuring that it's always running whenever the server is up. So that is what that part of the script is doing. So the next part of the script right here is setting up the firewall. So the UFW allow Apache full ensures that the firewall is set to allow both the HTTP and HTTPS traffic by enabling the predefined Apache full profile. And then right here, which is very important, I put this right there, having at the back of our mind that we are going to be running this through script and a cron job. So that enables the firewall configuration automatically without requiring the user's input. So normally if you do it in the manual process, you ask for a question, to whether you put y for yes or no. So I'm doing that so that you will bypass that portion, and then here just checking the status. That is all that part is doing. So the mkdir-p, this portion create directories if they are not already existing, and they prevent errors if they do. All right, so it ensures that all necessary directories are present. And then right here we have the placeholder file. So the placeholder file that we have right there, so I'm using echo with the HTML, and then also added right there to pull the content inside of this source directory. So this creates the placeholder file create a basic HTML file that serves as the placeholder. So this file will be served by the Apache when someone visits the web server's IP address. So just to test when we finish what we are doing. All right, so that is what that portion is doing. And then when we come to this part, which is creating the backup script right here, this portion. So for the first one right here, this backs up the directory from the source to the backup directory using the rsync for efficient copying. So right here we have the tab, and then also the backing up the HTML, and then with the timestamp. So this compresses the backup directory into a .tar.gz file for storage. And then once that is completed right here, so it extracts the backup archive into the restore directory. And then for this one right here, it restores the file to the original directory where the web server expects them. And right here, this portion, what we are just adding right here is to just make our backup script executable. So this adds execute permissions to the backup script so that it can run as a program. We have our cron job portion. So our cron is set to run every 2 minutes. So let us save our script now and then go and run it. So let's make our script executable. All right, let's go ahead and run our script now. All right, so our script worked as expected. So the first thing that we're going to do to verify, let us test the Apache service to ensure that the service shows that it's active and running. So run systemctl. Status Apache 2. Alright, so we've been able to verify that our service is running. So the next step now is to test the web server, to open the browser and then be able to check it. So for that, we are going to go to our EC2 instance, copy the public IP, put it in the browser and see if we can reach it. Alright, there you go. So that is the public IP of our EC2 instance. Welcome to Cloud Solutions Tech Web Hosting Project. So that's good. So the next thing that I want us to verify as well is to verify the firewall configuration. www status. Alright, we can also see our firewall configuration. Alright, so we can see that we have our backup script right there. Okay, so the next thing now, let's check the backup directory to ensure that the html.backup with the date was also created as well. So I'll just do ls Ubuntu. Alright, so we can see that it was also created right there. So we can see that the backup also works perfect. So the next thing now, we need to verify the content of the backup. So to list the content of the backup archive to ensure that all the files were actually backed up correctly. Remember, we set the cron job to run it every 2 minutes. So you can also see right there, so we can verify the content of the backup, so which lists the content of the backup archive. We can verify that that is also working. All right, that's good. So next thing, let us also verify our automation. So because we added that already, so to verify the backup automation, we just say front -l. So we can see it right there. So it's going to be running every 2 minutes. We need to verify backup restore process. So we also have, so right here, as you can see, we can also verify the backup restore process. We can verify that the files have been stored to this directory, as you can see. So that also works as expected. Let us also check the storage file to compare the restored files with the original files. So I'll say div -r /home Ubuntu Ubuntu store. So the div command shows no differences if the restoration was not successful. So you may also want to review the syslog and the Apache true logs for any errors or warnings that may indicate issues. So now we have a fully functional, secure and automated web hosting server on Ubuntu. I hope this tutorial was helpful and gave you a good understanding of how to manage and secure your web server. So if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any question, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.